this seeing a game between the A's and the Reds, and then seeing all the kids over here hanging out, having something to eat, probably something bad to eat, but enjoying each other and having fun, which is great. That's what this thing is all about. It's all about you guys having fun, being friends, staying competitive, but keeping it nice, keeping it good. So I'm proud of all you guys, and thank you to all the parents, all the 12-year-old parents. Let's get a cheer for all the 12-year-old parents, boys. Here we go. Come on, let's go. Without your parents getting you to every practice and every game, you wouldn't be able to do this. Some of you, unless you're a Conley and you just walk here and you spend your days here, your parents have to get you these games. So they deserve it. Kuchan, you can walk here too, I know. There are too many of you to walk here. I'm not going to acknowledge all of you. So, since I've got the mic, I'm going to start with the Reds. So we could. Can somebody grab the trophies over there? So hopefully they have your name spelled properly. So there are 5 Reds. They're going to be aging out this year. They all appear to be about the same height. So that means they're ready to go, I think. They're all taller than you, Ben. You can't say anything about that. I'm sorry. So Ethan Treadwell, Chris, Smiley, Nemeth, Baxter, Scully, Nils Aronson, and Tenzin Kelly. You guys, fantastic to coach. You guys have a great attitude. Can't believe how much fun we had this year. So we're going to start with leading off, playing shortstop, Tenzin Kelly. Playing second base, smiling very happily, Chris Nemeth. We were at a game in the New North End, and the New North End team only had 8 players, and so we had Chris volunteer. The other coach walked up to him and said, "Oh, hey, Smiley, how are you?" She's got a reputation around Burlington. Keep that reputation, my friend. Playing third base, playing soccer sometimes too often, Nils Aronson. Good job, buddy. Playing left field, the longest legs in the league, Ethan Treadwell. And last but not least, the big boy, Baxter Scully. Well done, Reds. It's been fun. Who wants to come next? Who wants to come next? Patrick, you're over there. I see you, Patrick Halliday.
Say just real quick words about each of these guys when they come up, but I think one thing that's really cool is all 4 of our 12-year-olds this year date back to the year that we had we had a lot of kids that were drafted into the league. So we have not just 4 12-year-olds on our team, but we have 4 4-year majors. So I've been lucky enough to spend 4 years with each of these 4 kids. So. Kuchan, Ponzio, come on up here. So among the things that Kuchan, I just got to say quickly, went to the Dominican with Kuchan this year, and he asked the question that I never had considered and I never thought would be asked by a middle schooler. Going through airport security in Boston, and Kuchan says, "Do I have to take my suspenders off when I go through security?" So, and that's the sort of out-of-the-box thinking that Kuchan always brings to the team. Nice job, Kuchan. Carl Crawford. So, we all know Carl. So I'm still kind of blubbering from last year when I had to say something about my own son. And I'm going to hold it together, I think, here for Carl. But he's as close to a second son as we have right now. And it's just been a pleasure to spend time with him, 98% of the time. Macarena on over here, Mr. Gentleman. I think he's going straight from Little League to our 40 and over men's league that we play in right now. I think, Dave, who unfortunately can't be here today, likes to talk about, you're at the age that you're meant to be. And Dave says, well, I'm happy right now. I'm 42 years old, and I've always been 42 years old. So Isaac is 63, and he's always been 63. And he brings that sort of maturity for the team. And go ahead and Macarena yourself up. Silas Diamond. And we always talk about dedication like with all-stars teams? You know, are you dedicated? And what's your commitment level? I'll argue with anyone here that there's not been a greater commitment to this league and to baseball than Silas Diamond. After he was 9, his family moved out to Underhill. Jericho. All right. He is the first one for most practices. He is always here for every single game. The dedication that he has shown to baseball is just, it's unparalleled to anyone that I've ever seen. And it shows on the field. He's not just a great player, he's a smart player, he's a coach on the field. And I love that sort of dedication. It's just been a pleasure.
Hi. So for the A's, we have Katie Young, who is not here. She's at the Naval Academy this week at a camp, a science camp, Amy. And I sort of feel like Patrick's going. I'm kind of glad she's not here because I think I would start to cry. But Katie, you know, we had Toby, and she was sort of in Toby's shadows through the years on the A's. And this year, Katie was our number 4 hitter. Was the leader on the team, both on and off the field. Just did a fantastic job. She hit every single game. Last year we had this thing where we had to talk her into not watching the third strike because she often struck out watching the third strike. This year she was hitting doubles and triples on 2 strikes down. So just a phenomenal baseball player, a great girl, really led our team. We had 7 new players this year. So with baseball there's a lot of learning and growing because there's so much to teach, and she was one of the ones that helped our rotating coaching staff. So we're really going to miss Katie. Really nice to have a girl on the team. I have a lot of men and boys in my life, and it was really nice to have Katie there, and just a phenomenal athlete. She plays hockey with Sky, and I can't say enough about her. So I'm going to miss her. I'm sad she's not here today, but a great baseball player. I hope she'll still play baseball. So Katie Young. So we have Gabo Lewis. Gabo gets our most outstanding, well-rounded kid award. How many of you speak foreign languages? Okay, not that many. Gabo studies foreign languages. How many of you play the violin? Okay, not that many. Gabo is in the Vermont Youth Symphony Orchestra. He's playing tonight at 6 o'clock at 7 o'clock at Christ the King. Gabo is super well-rounded. He's an avid reader, also loves baseball. And the great thing about Gabo, even though he's all these interests, he comes in and can hit the ball. We're like, geez, Gabo, you know, I don't know how long you've been training, but every time he gets up to bat, he hits the ball. He's got great hand-eye coordination for hitting the ball, which has been outstanding. Always smiling, always adding fun discussions during our tosses at the beginning of practice. You always know Gabo's going to say something funny and fun. The kids loved you. We've loved having you, and I wish you the best. We know that we're all going to say we knew him when he's studying at Juilliard in about 7 years, 8 years. Yeah, so we'll say we knew him when. So congratulations, Gabo. So when you get Henry Wohl, you get this full package. You get the Wohl family, which I know everybody in Vermont knows how special the Wohl family is, but you get Claire, you get Sam, you get Georgia and Ruby, and you get Henry. And I'm going to talk about Henry in a second. But getting the Wohl family to be a part of your sports team is a really special thing. You get, you know, if you ask for brownies, you don't get just brownies, you get like a catered barbecue. When you're on the bench, you always get funny jokes from Sam. You get a lot of baseball expertise from Sam. You get all those billboards in the back from Sam and the Wohl family. And then of course you get Ruby and Georgia, which we don't even need to say anything about Ruby and Georgia. But I just had to say, when you get a Wohl child on your team, you really get the whole family as part of the team, and it's been an honor and pleasure to play and work with them. So now we have Henry. Henry, I don't know if any of you know this, but Henry's a pretty fierce competitor. So that has been both a strength and a challenge this season, and he's growing and maturing as an athlete as he's managing his fierce competitiveness. And I know that he's going to cultivate that into some amazing things in his life, I'm assuming not just on the sports field. Phenomenal pitcher, man, when he's pitching, he is fired on right down the middle, and it's beautiful. Sam McKenzie can vouch for the speed of his pitch. Yeah, Leslie had to go out and buy a special brace for Sam's hand because of Henry's pitching. You know, there's so much you could say about Henry, but a phenomenal athlete all around, outstanding fielder, pitcher, catcher. Didn't play much outfield in your career on the A's, but you know, we're going to miss you. Make all the A's players' games go up because everybody's trying to reach the potential that Henry's reaching. So, thank you, Henry.
Now we got the Expos. We've got 6 12-year-olds this year. So Lockie and I have had the pleasure of coaching some of them for many years. I think Lewis, Duncan, and Liam, we drafted as 9-year-olds when we were the Yankees. So they've been around quite a long time. And the rest of them, I think, came the next year. Jamin followed suit. So they've been together a long time. They've been an incredible example for our younger kids. And it's almost like, you know, they're one big pack. You know, Lewis has got Asher standing next to him, and Asher's about this tall, and Lewis is this tall, and Lewis just took him under his wing, and the other kids too, and great group of kids. So we'd like to start off with Liam Mannion. Liam, like Shane, they go to private schools, so, you know, coming into a group of kids that all go to school together. You know, still after all these years, Liam's the quietest guy on the team, but he probably swings the hardest, strongest bat in the league. I mean, this kid is a pretty strong kid. He hit a home run this year, which was a pleasure to see. He's hit several in practice, and he's probably one of the most unselfish kids I know. You know, we had a couple games this year where we were beating up on some teams, not beating up, but our kids hit, and Liam's the kind of kid that feels bad about that. And I think once he even purposely struck out, you know, because he felt so bad that we were beating up on the team. And that's the kind of kid he is, and he's a pleasure to have around, as his parents are, who helped us get the field ready and organize parties and everything. So we're certainly going to miss Liam, and I think the kids behind on the Expos are going to miss him and his quiet leadership.
Well, next I want to bring up Jamin Van Order. You know, we all know that 12-year-old boys can be forgetful. I think Jamin raises that to an art form.